Hello and welcome to day 19 of the 30-day countdown. Now, this video here is not live. I've been doing all of the countdown days live, so you can click across to the live tab to check them out. But this one, because it's going to be going out on the Saturday, I wanted to have it ready so that you can dive into it at the same time at 2 p.m, but also allows me to take a little mini break in the afternoon. But the concept that I want to talk to you about today is called the gain and not the gap. And I learned about this concept. It's from a book that I love. It's one by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy, I think it is. I have to look it up. I'll pop it in the description as well. But it's this really simple idea that when we're striving towards a goal, we can jump into that space of feeling like we're so far away from reaching the goal. So if you've been following along, this 30-day countdown was specifically started for me, for Made It, as I'm on a mission to get 2,000 Australian artisans on the wait list to join Made It. We've got our doors closed at the moment. We've been doing a huge tech upgrade and the feedback's been phenomenal. The platform looks amazing. But we needed this time to really just be able to make sure that everything's working smoothly, but also go through everything with our current 800 Australian handmade artisans on the platform. So in that, as far as where we're at, as of yesterday afternoon, we were at 580 on the wait list, which is absolutely phenomenal in 11 days. It was actually a bit longer than that. I'd kicked it off a bit before then, but still the number is absolutely incredible. But when we're thinking about, well, if I'm really focused on getting to the 2,000, right, 580 can be like, oh, I'm so far away from it. But when we look back, that's where we are able to look at the gain. And if we're talking about the gain, in this time, we've been able to get 580 artisans on the wait list to find out about when they can submit their applications to join Made It. That is phenomenal. But let's go beyond that. In this 30-day challenge, I have learnt so much and evolved so much, even with what I'm doing with sharing content. And so not only has the gain that I've had, remember the gap is like when we're looking out to the future and saying, oh, there's such a big distance between where I am now and where I want to go. But when we talk about the gain, it's from where I am here to what I've achieved in that time, right? Very different headset. And when I look at that, we have had just incredible growth. It's forced me to be much more consistent with emails that are going out to our warm audience. It's forced me to create videos for Facebook advertising. It's forced me to jump on lives every day on Instagram and really navigate that as well. And so now when I go live at 9 a.m. each morning on Instagram, people, artisans, are jumping on straight away. And maybe that's you. If it is, thank you, thank you. But that's what that momentum is. And even in this 11-day time, I've already had days where I'm like, oh, do you keep going? Do you keep going? But because we've created this circle of accountability and I'm showing up in a social context, it means that it really drives me to keep going. So if you have missed all this and you're like, I don't even know anything about it, just join in now. Like, you can start your challenge at day 19 and start counting down and go for an outcome that you go, okay, what do I want to achieve in that time? And many of the artisans have chosen stuff like just doing stories every day, just showing up. But what I want to layer on top of that is that if that's the challenge that you decide to go for, make sure that you're also measuring it. Because if we're talking about the gap and the gain, right, we want to be able to measure it to have context. So when we start to look at that gain and I go, well, when I first started on the Instagram lives, all of the days were back to front, because when you hold stuff up to a camera, it's backwards in the Instagram lives. I'm still blown away at this, right? How much AI do we have? And I've still had to learn how to write backwards to get the days right. Anywho, I digress. But even in that, being able to go, okay, what's my formula? And it's not even a formula, but what's my process, I want to say, for how I show up. And one of the things that was actually a little bit time consuming with stories in particular was finding music, and then it's taken me over this time to go, oh, I can put a little bit of a method in place, and I can go keeping it, like making a note of who I'm listening to throughout the day, and then searching up that artist when I go to add music. So not only is it a faster process, but it's also making it feel very much aligned for me in the fact that it's energetically in alignment with the day that I'm doing it. Anyway, look, that's it for me. If you haven't heard of that book, go check it out. And I would highly recommend the Audible, because in the Audible, there's actually the book, but in between each chapter, the two of them actually have a discussion about it and how it actually works. But if you're doing this challenge, this is your time to reflect on what you've gained in this moment and to leave that gap just out of the conversation today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.